Alrighty, we are back with another picture of the day. And this is going to be a bit of a shorter one, only about 11 pictures, and it'll be more so of talking about the last 2 days of, photography stuff. So for now, let's just get, right into it. This is, so I mentioned yesterday, or it was the day before, I can't remember. We're going back to Alaska. This is downtown, right next to a restaurant called Sullivan's that I would sort of frequent. I would sit in behind their tinted glass and take pictures of people on the street. And this is an example of one. This fellow was quite interesting. He kept on rounding the block, and I think he was eating Lifesaver gummies at some point, but that is not in this picture. But anyways, sort of just an interesting fellow that I thought, I think he has like a few screws loose, because he was like almost sketched out the entire time, like checking every other which way, being, I don't know, just a peculiar guy. And I liked his red Nikes. Those are quite cool. Anyways, today and yesterday was sort of a very quick and impromptu photography experience, I guess. So I got a call 2 days ago from a guy that was curious as to what I do, and he wanted me to take pictures for him. And I said, shoot, yeah, we can do that. And we had met like a month ago, and that was when we first met downtown in Arizona, and he finally reached out, and we set up a session for today, and it happened. I shot pictures for about 5 hours, made $100, so that was $20 an hour, and it was pretty good. We had several different locations, we had outfit changes, we had thousands of pictures taken. I think I'm still uploading, even as of right now. Almost done, of course, but yeah, no, it's right around 5,000 pictures, I'd say. So it was quite a busy day, and it was very good. I had a lot of fun. It was very, energetic and very, very spontaneous. We just did a little bit of everything, and it was sort of for his branding. That's what the photos are for. So tomorrow, after my morning shift, I will be going through all those pictures. It's going to take a while, but it's part of the fun. And yeah, I'll be sending those over, and I guess we'll be planning for another session later on. But anyways, we'll get back into my pictures that I've already taken. We've got, so this is in Sullivan's. They had these live performances every Thursday and Friday, so this must have been one of those days. And that was the pianist. He was quite good. He was really killer on those keys, and I just could not believe how, emotional he would make the music. He just had this, he had the knack for it, and he also had an interesting face. So I got a picture of him looking off to the drummer, and I was pretty happy with that. And we had the bass guitarist right here, sort of out of focus, of course, but it's almost framing this fellow's face. So I thought it was quite a good picture. And then, we had this lady. She was just sort of another person on the street. I don't know what it is that causes people's, jaws and chins to do this, but it's almost like they're able to scrunch their whole face flat. And she had that whole thing going on. I think it might be from chewing tobacco. I'm not sure. But she was just coming out of the mall. She got some Auntie's pretzels. I can't remember the name of the lady, but it's just like a chain for pretzels and whatnot. And yeah, she just had an interesting face shape, almost like a Pixar character. And then next, we have some drunk natives on the street. Not an uncommon occurrence. It was more so, it happens every day. And it was midday, so, they were partying all night into the afternoon. And what I liked about this picture was that guy's ass crack sort of hanging out, so that was kind of funny to me. But literally, that was sort of they were walking down and around the corner, and she was falling over. This was him sort of stabilizing her and picking her up. And it was just a weird instance of, I guess, people not being able to hold themselves upright. It was not a good sight, but it was a good picture, so I don't really mind. Next, okay, so we have this one. This was the picture I was referencing yesterday when I mentioned I had a proclivity towards taking pictures of people smoking and whatnot. And this is one of the better shots I've gotten before. It's like a perfect smoke cloud. You can see the cigarette literally in his hand falling apart. And it's just, I don't know, I'd say like a perfect example of what I like to take pictures of, or at least one of the things I like to take pictures of. So, yeah, pretty darn happy with this one. I think it turned out quite good. And yeah, like even just the detail of this guy's whole head, like you can see he's kind of balding. I think that's what it looks like. Yep, he's got gray hair, so he's an older gentleman. Anyways, just a really good picture. Next we have, this is an orb. It represents, I think, either our planet or one of the planets reacting to the radiation of the sun. I think it is Earth. And you can see the North and South poles. And this was in the Anchorage Museum. I just thought it was a really vibrant colored orb. I took a picture of it, and I think it turned out pretty alright. So next we have the trolley. This is a trolley that goes all around downtown Anchorage. It's sort of a touristy thing, and I think it sort of goes on all year. And even through the winter, which is interesting because I feel with buses and bigger vehicles like that, it's probably going to be hard to get through the snow, especially downtown. That's just rough. But anyways, yeah, this is Charlie the trolley. I think this is either the last or second to last. This is a picture of me in a hall in the museum. It was sort of right before my younger sister and I were leaving, and I took a few pictures of her down this hall, like putting her hand on the glass, almost like touching her own reflection. And I asked her to sort of pull the trigger as I walked down and back. And I sort of did a running session of pictures, and it was so, I don't know, just serendipitous how we found this spot, found these, like this light. It was just perfect. And I really do like this composition where I'm almost in 3 different spots and I'm just midair. I think it's perfect. So, with that being said, not last picture. We have this Jaguar. I was delivering, what was it? It was I think we had just moved a dresser for somebody in their house. It was an older couple, very well off. They had a 3-story house, all these different native ivory carving. They were like loaded. I could not believe how rich these folks were. And this was their Jaguar that I think that they were working on. It was a beautiful car, and I was so enamored by it. I asked if I could take a picture as soon as I saw it, and they said, okay, yeah, for sure. Just make sure the house isn't in the shot. And of course, there's a teeny sliver of house in it, but you can't tell where that is. It's not even a real house anymore. It's, I don't know. I think I did a good enough job keeping their location discreet and whatnot. So I think the only people that can find this are the severely, I guess, autistic people that know, like the people that play GeoGuessr. That's who they are. That just, that cherry blossom, that's Alaska. I don't know. They're just some people that have the knack for it. Anyways, I think, this is the last picture. It's just a duck that I saw while I was in a park. And it was, I don't know, just quite interesting to me how it was duck-like. And I took a picture of a duck. I like taking pictures of animals and birds and things like that. So I just sort of do it whenever I get the chance. And I think that's everything. I am very excited for, I guess, what the future holds. I think that he already wants to book like several sessions out, and I think I'm gonna have to dink up my price a little bit. I was originally wanting to get 25 an hour, and that was what was happening originally. We were only gonna shoot for 4, but then we shot a whole extra hour, and he did not have any extra cash on him, so we sort of just like, okay, it is what it is. And then we left, and he, on the way out, was like, yeah, I need to compensate you more. Because I did quite a bit of work today, and it was my day off, you know? It was like, I didn't need to do all that, but I did. So I think people should get compensated for their time. And anyways, there is more pictures. Okay, well, I guess we'll click until it's gone. America. This was just an American flag right outside of the Diamond Center Mall in Anchorage. And I just really like this monochrome composition of these super gray clouds in the background, and, you know, the gray, white, and gray of the flag. So let's check one more. Nope, that's it. So now it's over. So I think I need to go to sleep. I have work in about, 4 hours? So I need to get some quick sleep and then hope that I'm rested enough to make it through the shift. So yeah, I just wanted to make a little bit of an update video and sort of keep that ball rolling with uploading stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.